Live.
It's a siren. What are you about to talk about?
Yo, welcome to ZBD, episode 3. I'm Dom. This is Zach.
Yup. Had a few weeks off.
Unfortunately, we apologize.
The holidays, man. Hope everybody had a good New Year. Merry Christmas.
Yes, sir.
But holiday is a great time for sports.
It is the best. Best.
So, I mean, it's playoffs. Playoffs started for NFL. We're going to talk about college football actually first. Because we're going to spend a little bit less time on that one. But the college, so the main one, national championship this weekend, right? Or is it
next Monday?
Next Monday. Okay, yeah, so I'll be back for that.
Yep.
So in Miami, first team to ever have a home game in the national championship since it started.
Yeah.
Going up against a 14-0 Indiana team.
Who's seen that coming?
Yeah. I know you didn't.
No,
I know you did not. And I mean, I would never have guessed that Miami would have made the college championship. I mean, so what are your picks starting off? Who are you liking in that game? Who are you liking? You like Fernando over Carson? Or because I mean, dude, Carson, his draft stock's definitely gonna go up for sure. Like he's played solid this playoffs.
Man, I can't. You know what?
Their running back has too.
As well as Indiana has played. I think Miami has played just as good. I think that obviously Indiana has wiped the floor with. That was the first game right in the playoffs when they played. It was.
And then
they played Alabama or no?
Yeah, they played Alabama first game of the playoffs.
Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana.
Oh, okay, yes. Yes.
And then
they destroyed. Okay, yeah. So
I think who did they play after that? Because then they played Oregon.
Yeah, and then that's it. Yeah,
because
they had the first round bye.
Wiped them with Oregon.
Yeah, so
their defenses look pretty lights out. So Carson's definitely gonna have a game set out for him for sure.
Yeah.
But it's at home though, so. Man, there's gonna be a lot of noise in that crowd for sure for Miami.
I'm honestly just interested just because, being the first team to have a national championship, at home. A lot of them, like we've seen before, like they'll have it in the same state, but not the same city, right? You know what I'm saying? So but the first time to have it same stadium,
is it their home state?
I think it might be.
I think that's where they play their home games at.
Yeah, it's a home stadium, you got everything going for you. And honestly, Miami has looked the part. Indiana obviously has looked the part as well. But Miami has kind of surprised me just because they were on the outside looking in. A lot of people going into it.
You guys first rounds,
right? Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, and so going into it, they were before they decided who was getting in. They were out. It was between them and Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So we could have very well left, or they could have very well left the soon to become national champion out of the playoff, and Miami wins, which is kind of crazy to think. But I don't know. I'm a little undecided. I don't know. I want to say Indiana, man, but Miami's good. Miami is good. They can run the ball. They can throw it. They have an experienced quarterback. And they have a good defense.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's tough. I don't know if I got a pick on that yet. What about you? Or you? I feel like you leaning towards Indy.
Yeah. No, because I mean, I feel like I was saying this. I feel like this is kind of it's just a Cinderella season, bro. Going because last year I think they had one or two losses, but they knew that they were almost there. Got their quarterback to come in, or was he there last year?
I think this is first.
Oh, he was okay. Well, so he had the 1 year. They knew they were close, and so they just had to step over that hump this year. Mm-hmm. And I feel like they've just passed every test that's been given to them. Their defenses look lights out every single game. The only I can't tell you the most amount of points they put up, but that Ohio State game, when their offense only put up 13, defense only let up a touchdown. So they probably haven't let up more than 2 or 3 touchdowns. And if they've let up 3, they've probably put up 40 something. You know what I mean? They still beat them by 3 touchdowns. So it's if their defense doesn't let up more than 21 points, I don't think Indiana's offense is. And they've
I can't forget what I was going to say. They in Indiana, honestly, and it'll be kind of like a good thing, I guess, if they win for us being, Ohio State and Michigan fans, because that'll be 3 years
coming
in a
out of
row
the Big
where
Ten.
a Big Ten has won a championship. You know what I'm saying? Michigan, Ohio State,
all
Indiana.
different ones too.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. That's kind of showing you the shift in tide. As far as like who's really got the bet. And honestly, bowl season, I'm pretty sure Big Ten, the games they've matched up against SEC, they've won more than SEC has. You know what I mean? It's just
over the last few years for sure.
Yeah, and last 5-10 years ago, SEC was the most dominant. You know what I mean? Like you had the Georgias of the world, Alabama going every year, LSU.
Clemson.
You know what I mean? Well, that's ACC.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, you got the Ole Misses that'll pop out, the Texas A&Ms that'll have a good year, Arkansas, but like
there's just always going to be talent in the SEC no matter what.
Right, but
especially since they changed it to a 12-team playoff. Like SEC had top 25 matchups every single week.
They did, they did.
I mean, like I don't know, it's definitely is, but I mean, I would say because the Big Ten schools didn't really have insanely I wouldn't say the Big Ten schools had as hard schedules as the SEC schools, just because there were 3 or 4 more better SEC schools, just because you throw in Vandy, who was just outside making the playoffs. Vandy was still 10-3 or something.
Tennessee was good.
Tennessee was still solid. I feel like Arkansas.
Yeah, they had a down year.
Okay.
Auburn was decent.
Oklahoma was good.
But
they had a lot of teams in the playoffs still for sure.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah,
but I do hear what you're saying though, just about the national championships.
Top heavy is better. I think SEC is more spread out as far as kind
of 5 through 15.
Yeah, exactly. But the top heavy, I think the best of the Big Ten versus the best of the SEC, I think Big Ten wins. I think Ohio State, even though Miami, actually that's ACC, but I think, between Oregon, even though Oregon kind of laid an egg against Indiana, but Oregon was to me still a good team. Oregon, Ohio State, and Indiana, and I mean USC played good this year.
USC has
Michigan
some nice
at times played good.
We had some players that are our running backs, bro. If
y'all can always run Justice Haynes.
Yeah, if Justice Haynes didn't get hurt, bro, he just entered the portal too. So that's
I think
tough.
That whole stuff was going on with Shamar and Moore. I think that's it's gonna hurt y'all.
Yeah,
definitely. But no, yeah. So you got Indy. What's the spread on that? Did you check that? I haven't even checked that.
Yeah,
Indy's probably I would say probably 6.5 favorite, maybe even higher. I don't think a lot of people got, especially after that performance against Oregon. I don't think a lot of people got Miami coming close to them, honestly, or the bettors at least. Vegas.
Yeah, no,
I wouldn't be surprised if they're honestly a 9.
I think I saw a stat, or I think I saw a post that 83 or 84% of the bets were on Indiana.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the spread was. I'm checking it right now, but yeah, nobody's betting on nobody's betting on Miami to fucking give Indiana their one loss. I don't. It's a slight chance, I think, but I mean, it's a football game, bro. It's whoever's better. It's whoever's better on the day. Fernando Mendoza goes out in the first quarter and gets hurt.
I tell you another thing.
That's a different ball game right there.
I mean, you just look at, I guess, our 2 losses were to Indiana and Miami, which are the 2 teams facing off in the championship.
8.5.
Honestly, I felt like Miami caused more issues for us than Indiana did. I mean, we had a better chance of winning that Indiana game than Miami because we were right. I mean, and it took to the last drive when Indiana stopped us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Miami jumped out to a 14-0 lead on us. So that right there, that tells me that they can, Miami can play with them Big Ten boys. You know what I mean? They came out there and they played smash mouth football against us. They beat us. You know what I mean? So, and I get it's different matchups, but I mean, they played a Big Ten team, a team that, who knows, if we would have played Indiana another day, we might have beat Indiana. You know what I mean? It was one of those games, it was a dogfight, and that's kind of what I expected it to be.
Yeah.
But, Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing that's why I'm like, I can't count Miami out because and Ole Miss is a tough team. Ole Miss is, I mean,
Ole Miss beat Georgia. Yeah,
that's
Georgia
like,
wasn't an easy out at all.
And that's what I'm saying. Both teams have credible wins underneath their belts.
Yeah, you're
in
not
the
wrong.
playoffs, and so that's why I think this is going to be a lot closer than what people think it's going to be. I mean, in Miami, they might pull it off having the more experienced quarterback, but it wouldn't shock me if Indiana won it. I'm just kind of going in with just going. I just want to see, right? I don't even know, who's going to win. I wouldn't place a bet on either one. You know what I mean? But I would bet. Sorry to interrupt. But I would bet that you said it was 8.5 spread. I would bet that Miami covers that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I don't think that I would lean Indiana to cover that much. In
10 points that's basically 10. Yeah, and that's basically 10 points. That's almost that's a double digit, almost 2 point. Yeah, I can't. That's tough. But
I mean, yeah, I do.
They do go in there like
because if it's a low scoring game in the first half, like. If it's 3-0 or like 6, like if it's a low scoring game, nobody's really getting any offense going in the first half, then I could definitely see it coming down to a dogfight at the end of the game for sure.
Yeah, whoever got the ball at the end type of ordeals.
Yeah, or like just whoever's playing better defense, to be honest.
Oh yeah,
because if either defense can get stops and turnovers, then that could ultimately choose the game at that point. If the offenses aren't clicking like that,
Definitely.
I mean, we saw it when Miami played Ohio State. Offense wasn't really clicking. I mean, like granted, Ohio State's defense, but then we saw it same time when Indiana played you guys too. Like just both kind of low scoring games.
Yeah, and Miami's defense is good. Miami's defense is underrated, and I think they're really good, especially watching them. They gave us some points to Ole Miss, but Ole Miss offense, I believe, is better than Indiana's offense.
Yeah,
I don't think they're a better team than Indiana, but I think their offense.
They were going toe to toe with Georgia at the end of that game, putting up touchdown for touchdown. And they had the ball last.
Yeah, that's it.
Winning it. Yeah,
and I think Ole Miss, their offense that's a little bit harder to contain, especially when you have a more of a mobile quarterback in Chamberlain than you do in Carson Beck or Fernando Mendoza. But I will say this: if Indiana goes in there and absolutely obliterates them. You may have to talk about Indiana's having one of the better or best, not best, but one of the better college seasons of all time.
Yeah.
Honestly, if they go in there undefeated and straight, dog walk, if they do to Miami what they did to Oregon, after beating Ohio State, Oregon, Miami, Alabama, like that's a resume right there. You know what I'm saying? And handily, like only game was close was against us. And that was, in a Big Ten championship. But since the playoffs, they've been just throttling people. And so, I mean, you had to put them up there with the likes of, those Georgia teams that won back-to-back. I mean, even that LSU team, with Joe Burrow.
The only reason that you guys annihilated everybody as much as you did was because of Joe. But, if you guys would have had a tiny bit less of a little bit less of a better of a quarterback, like Joe put up crazy numbers that year. So nobody's gonna be able to touch that for a while, for a long time.
Yeah, 60 touchdowns.
I'd be surprised if we saw that shit in our generation, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But I mean, when you have Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson.
Yeah,
me and you probably could have threw for 3,000. We was out there with them too. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of chuck the ball up, and one of those two are gonna get it. Yeah, and then having Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the backfield. Patrick Queen was there, Greg Delpit. Like, they had that whole team on LSU was just fucking stacked from offense and defense. I mean, that LSU team was ridiculous. But, so, all right. You got Indy winning. I don't know who's going to win.
I think if I had to put a bet down, Indy, Miami to cover, Miami or an under on score.
Okay.
That's my 3-leg parlay right there.
Okay.
If I had to put one down.
All right.
Let me see what the score. Let me see what the over/under at a score actually. Yeah, 47.5. I'd probably go under that. Yeah. I'm not going. Yeah,
I agree with that.
I mean, Miami's only plus 270. Like plus 270 isn't like that's not. It's not. Yeah. No, it's not that crazy.
No, it's not. But
Indiana's minus 340. So pretty heavy favorites, but it's definitely not like a shot out of the blue if Miami won that. I've seen way crazier odds win games. way crazy.
Especially,
I just saw a soccer team that one game we were watching at work, Paris FC versus PSG. Bro, Paris FC was plus 1,500, bro.
They ended up pulling it out.
And they won, bro.
Yeah.
$10 to $150, man.
That's crazy. That's the beauty of it, though.
Yeah.
Just shit.
Sliding into this NFL.
Yeah. I was about to say, 45. Yeah.
Yep.
Time to switch over.
So you write them in order, or
I mean, the games I can think of right up. So whatever one you want to.
Yeah, and I mean we can just go from top to bottom. All of them were solid games for real. The Bills Jags game, I mean Jags were hot all game. They're kind of fucking up Josh a little bit in the first half.
Yeah.
Fucked up his hands.
Yep.
I didn't see the entire first I didn't see the first quarter and the first half of the second quarter because I was doing stuff and I was on my way. I was on my way over. You okay?
Yeah. I was saying you was traveling to get ready.
But no, because when I got to your house, Pop told me that he had got banged up 3 or 4 times, bro. So he was struggling through it, but still found a way to pull it out.
Mm-hmm.
Did James, let me pull up the box score for this game actually, because I thought James Cook didn't have a crazy game.
No, it wasn't crazy.
They were kind of shutting him down a little bit. Yeah. Trevor had an all right game, but he turned it over a little bit. I kind of thought.
Yeah.
I
think only one interception, right?
One what?
One interception, right? I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was 2. But yeah, Cook only had 46 yards, bro. So Josh definitely came up clutch for them. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, yeah, I mean that's that was kind of what made me lean towards Buffalo's way, is just having the experienced quarterback in the playoffs, and Josh Allen doesn't particularly lose in the first round ever.
No,
you know what I mean. He's only got I think 2 losses in the first round. I may be wrong, but I mean 2 out of 6 years, 7 years in the playoffs, and they've been in the playoffs almost every year he's been there.
Yeah.
And so and then, Trevor Lawrence has had, even though it's a short playoff resume, but he tends to not play as well in the playoffs than he does in the regular season.
Yeah.
And
no, I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking going into this game. I honestly didn't think it was going to be this close because, Trevor put up 3 touchdowns. He had 3 passing, but he did throw 2 picks.
Okay.
But then Josh threw for 1 and was he had 30-plus yards or 28-plus yards to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 receivers, and then he ran for 2 touchdowns too. So he accounted for fucking 20. So he was doing his thing for sure, and then they just kicked 2 field goals. So he got the only touchdowns for them. You know what I mean? So he was kind of putting them on their back, and he was iffy after halftime. Well, because he fell hard in his head, and he went into the concussion protocol, didn't he? Or am I wrong? Am I thinking about somebody else?
No, I think that was
somebody was somebody got their head banged a few times.
I don't think it was him. I think it was that.
Oh no, I think it was in the late game. Yeah, I think it was in the New England
in Chargers game.
I can't remember who it was though.
I do remember that because he hit his head, and then it was a receiver. I do remember.
No. I think it was the running back, bro. Who's the USC? Woody Marks? No.
Oh yes, it was.
That was last night.
No, it was. It was Woody Marks. Yep.
He had a crazy,
and he came back. He came back and kept
120 yards and a touchdown.
Nuts. He went nuts.
Yeah.
Against that defense.
Yeah.
So,
well, so let's talk about Bills playing next week then against Denver, who had the bye.
I told B, I was like, I think Denver's gonna win.
Oh shit!
I was like, and I haven't betted against Denver. For Denver. I don't think at all this year. I think I've picked them against Green Bay. I picked Green Bay to win that game. Jacksonville, I think I did pick Jacksonville, but I don't know. I think going against that Jacksonville defense, which is formidable, good defense, great in the regular season. Going against them and then going against in Denver, already banged up. I'm just like, I don't know. And Bo Nix is shown that he is clutch. He's shown that he can, wiggle and slide in and just get that little first down, right? Because he can run too. And Sean Payton as their coach, and then having a better defense than Jacksonville. And I just think that Buffalo defense isn't great. I think they've been hanging on. They've been winning games that, where Josh Allen has kind of saved the day for them. Yeah. But I don't see.
Like last week, the Jags game for them.
Yeah, And even though the game ended on an interception, but it was a tip pass. It was a
who did?
That Jacksonville and Bills game. It was
one of Trevor's.
And the receiver had it, dropped it, crossing it. But and actually going back to that, because now I'm thinking about it, Trevor Lawrence, it was quite a few passes that I've seen where I'm just like, I don't know what he's doing. You know what I mean? I'm like, there's like three defenders. There's like three defenders over in that vicinity. So it's like, if he doesn't catch that ball or if it's tipped up in the slightest, that's an interception. Yeah. And it was quite a few times, where even me and Pop are I'm just like, what, dude? Like, take the check down. Take the what they're giving you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, take those little 5-6 yards.
Try and force something.
Right. You know what I mean? And I kind of think they were trying, they were feeling that excitement in Jacksonville. First time they've won that division in a couple years, or a few years, whatever, and, having to host a game in the way they ended the year, right? You on top of the world there, probably arguably other than Houston, the hottest team coming in, and I think they was riding a little too high off that wave and, just kind of, forcing it. But, yeah, man, I can't put that game on Trevor. I'm not going to say that. He played a part into why they lost, but I can't fully be like, this is on Trevor Lawrence.
Their offense still got 24 points.
Right,
like they still have.
And that's good in a playoff game, right? Yeah. Most of the time, 24 points in a playoff game will get you a W. You know what I mean? But it's different when you got a guy on the other side. Right. And so, as much as I think Josh Allen is good, great, playing with what he has versus almost every quarterback, he's playing the best on any quarterback. Because, he doesn't really have a number one receiver. He's got a decent run game. But
yeah, no, like just what I said, he had 6 receivers. He was giving it to everybody.
Yeah. So, but Denver is not. Sean Payton knows that. You know what I mean? So I just don't know if they can go in and beat Denver. So I got to take Denver on that one.
Okay.
What about you?
Well, I mean, bro, I don't know, because definitely is. I mean, they're playing in Denver. The elevation, it's tougher playing in Colorado for sure. And Denver hasn't had many games where they don't look like. No, they've had some close ones where they maybe didn't look like they should have won, but they pulled it out in the clutch. But that's kind of, a
lot of them.
That's kind of what shows you.
No, yeah, that's
kind of what shows you. Like when it comes down to the last minute of the game, it doesn't really matter who you're going against. Like if it's close, I'm probably taking them at the end of the game. Like. Right. Unless he's going up against like maybe a Matt Stafford. If Matt Stafford has the last drive and they're down 3, I'm probably taking the Rams.
Yeah.
But that might be the only team, the only quarterback. Maybe Caleb Williams if they're down the way they've been playing this year. But I would never said that before. It's only because they have like 7 comeback wins in the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. That's fucking insane to me. That is like, I don't know how they've been put in that position. Like how they've had to come back from that position that many times, and it's stupid. It is. It's fucking, bro. It's literally just because they took the Lions' fucking offensive coordinator, bro. I mean, I don't know, bro.
You're sprinkling a coordinator with some talent.
With a number 1 pick, like literally, bro. Yeah, come on, man. I mean, I guess Goff was a number 1 pick too, but a number 1 pick from 2 years, he's a fresh rookie with an offensive coordinator who just had one of the best, who just led the best offense in the league for 3 years. Yeah. So, but man, that night or. Wait, where's the? Did you write it down?
What?
The Oh, yeah, Broncos, Bills. Okay. I was just tripping because I was looking up here. I was like, fuck, I forgot who's playing. But, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a close one. I mean, I guess if the Broncos defense kind of jumps out early and just isn't really letting the Bills offense do anything through like a half, and Bo can, like, I don't know, because, like, in a close game in the fourth quarter, like, just depending on how the game's going, I probably would take Bo at the end of the game. But Josh is also going to put up a good fourth quarter too. Yeah. Like, especially if they haven't had a great game up until then.
I think it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be one of those.
Yeah.
It's just back and forth, kind of like you said, low scoring, and then just
But I think if Buffalo's defense doesn't really score like that, and Denver's defense can build some momentum, that builds for the offense. If they can go up 2 scores at any point in the game, that's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Especially in Colorado, crowd's going to be going crazy.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Them Denver boys going to be rocking.
Sure. Yeah, Denver's favored by 1.5, so it's going to be a close one.
I think they cover that and win.
I think they. I mean, because if they win the game, it's not going to be by 1 point.
Yeah, very unlikely unless Buffalo misses a field goal.
Yeah,
one of those ordeals.
It would have to be a special situation for or like a safety, something to happen.
Something, to get you that extra point.
But even still, like
it's unlikely.
A game for it to finish between one. Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
Cats and bolts.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess. No, I'm gonna lean Bills, bro. Just because I want to see. I want to see, because I think Josh could do it, bro. I think he could put it on his back again, just like he did last week. And when he needs to run for it, he can go and run for 2 touchdowns. Yeah. And when he needs to, he can. I mean, because he's also got one of the best running backs in the league to give it off to too. So if he gets off for 60, 70, like,
it's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
it is. I wouldn't, by any means would I be surprised if Josh goes in there and does it, but I don't know. I think Denver. I think that defense or Bo Nix, one of the two. I'm leaning, and that's why, because I'm going with the better defense, even though Jacksonville had a better defense, but it also quarterback play and defense factors in. So that's why I'm going Denver, because I do trust Bo Nix to make those plays, and I do trust Denver's defense. I know they've given up some points recently, but I think, with all those fucking dogs they have on that defense, at some point you expect them to show up and get in. And I think next week is that first game at home, momentum, feeling good. Y'all loose, they're healthy. Patrick Surtain is back. I see them coming right off the rip, applying pressure. I see. Maybe a sack or 2 in that first drive, right? I see, them coming off blitzing just off that edge, and Josh, that O-line or O-line getting overwhelmed, and, that crowd just into it, and, that kind of will set the momentum to that game. But like I said, at the Bills, I wouldn't be surprised if they won.
They got the talent.
Yeah,
talent. On the offensive end, but it really comes down to the defense at that point. So,
right, and we've seen vulnerability with that defense against Jacksonville. And it's like, that's another thing. It's like, if they don't throw that interception in the last drive, who knows what happens? They kick a field goal, take it overtime. Jacksonville may win. Yeah. Right, so that game was back and forth all day long. Great game. You know what I'm saying? Probably one of the best, if not the best games of the whole weekend slate. And so, I just don't know if they – and the tough thing is they're going to be on the road pretty much every game in the playoffs for Buffalo. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Having to go to Denver or having to go to Jacksonville, then across the country to Denver, and then who knows if New England wins, they might have to go across the country again back to New England. You know what I mean? So,
that'd be tough.
And even if Houston pulls that off, they got to go to Houston. So either way it shakes, they're on the road for the AFC Championship and divisional.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I think that may catch up to them, this week. But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they could pull it out for sure.
All right, so Pats, Bolts, Chargers. Chargers look pretty dookie in that one, if I had to say so myself.
Garbage.
Garbage. I don't think the Patriots looked amazing in either way either, but they were able to score more points than the other team at the end of the game, so that is what wins a football game.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't really think there's that much to talk about in that game for real. Like, last touchdown didn't come till the last 10 minutes of the game. So what was it like? It was like 6-3 until like the end of the third. Like, dude, it was a buns game. So that brings me into Pats playing Texans. It is in New England. And I know Mike Vrabel, Drake May, both having solid year. They got a good team going over there for sure. That, bro. I don't think Drake May is going to be able to do much against that defense, man. What you think about that? What you think about that take? Because, I mean, I know there's more aspects that go into it. I know CJ is going to have a solid game because New England's defense isn't a joke, especially in Foxborough. But, I mean, what do you think about? What do you think me saying? Do you think it's crazy if Texans don't let up more than 14 points? They should probably win that game. You think CJ's got more than 14 points offense in it?
Yeah.
But how Woody Marks was playing too, man.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think coming out of that Chargers and Bullets game.
Yeah. Just give me your thoughts on that game too, yeah.
I think Drake May, everybody knows. I'm a big Drake May guy.
Yeah.
I think, first playoff game.
He did solid.
268.
He didn't do bad.
Ran the ball for 10 carries, 65 yards, had a touchdown, or 2 touchdowns. So he ran a touchdown. Just one, okay. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I thought he played good, but that's a Mike Vrabel game. That's a old Patriots way of football right there. So that's why, for me, I'm like, that's kind of what I expected New England to do, right? I thought it'd be about 16 to 20 range, but I didn't expect them to give up a touchdown, which they didn't.
I was surprised by it. I thought the Chargers were going to put up a little more fight for sure.
You look at that offense, man. They don't. We talked about it the other day. Lab McConkey is, I guess, their number one, but he's not the number one. You compare him to the number ones in the league, right? Even the kind of lower bottom tier.
He's only 24, bro. And
that's true.
He came from Georgia.
Yeah. He's small. I think
he's 6 foot.
6 foot.
That's not short.
I just don't. For a receiver, it is a little short. Not these days. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody can play anything these days, no matter what the hell your size is. But most receivers to me, 6'1" to 6'3". But it's not even that. I just don't, watching the Chargers play, they're down to the second and third string running back. Amarion Hampton got hurt first play of the game, or first run attempt. Yeah. So they're down to Vidal, their third string running back. They don't have a receiver that can get open on every possession, right? They don't have a fucking Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, a fucking a Nico Collins. They don't have a Puka. They don't have a Devon. They don't have that guy who can get them open, right? So that offense right off rip is compromised because of that reason. Then you add in, a top, 2 or 3 corner, some could say he's the best, and Christian Gonzalez. I wouldn't, necessarily agree with that, but, I can see where they would see that or where they would say that. But, New England's defense is good. And also going into that with that Houston game is Houston turned the ball over 4 or 5 times against Pittsburgh and still won by
Pittsburgh's offense.
Right.
Was just,
They just couldn't, because that like you said, that defense is fierce, man. I've been, kind of saying it all year. Between them and Seattle, it's teetered between the 2 best D. But just watching them play, they get after it. Every time I said this to B the other day, I'm like, dude, it's like every time someone catches the ball, it's 4 or 5 white jerseys in that area. They just swarm to the ball.
It just looks like they're over. Right. It just looks like they got more players on the field, but they don't.
I'm pretty sure they have. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they have 3 Pro Bowl corners. Like they're 3 starting between Stingley, Cam Lassiter, and Jalen Petrie are all 3 Pro Bowlers. Like I don't even know the last time that's happened. You know what I mean? So, and they don't. And the crazy thing is they don't have to blitz at all. I didn't see one time where they brought extra pressure at all last night. And with 4
secondaries,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. With 4, they can get pressure without blitzing, and then you have a secondary, and then you have a good linebacker in Al Shayer. You have a good safety in Kalen Bullock. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a great cornerback and 2 solid studs in the slot and on the outside cornerback and Petrie and Lassiter. So, you know, that is going to be tough for Drake May. But I tell you what, if Drake May is able to win this game or to do, then we got to start having those not talks of, you know, maybe not top 5 per se, but like this dude is like legit the real deal. I mean, home or not, but that defense travels. It don't matter if you're on a road or at home. The defense, if you got a good defense or a great defense, they travel. Right, so even if it's in Foxborough, it was in New England or Pittsburgh last week. Foxborough, you know what I'm saying? Like they showed the code don't matter. That don't mean nothing to them. And so, you know, I think it's gonna come down to more CJ Stroud than Drake May.
I think you're right on that too.
In Texans lines, the only thing that worries me about the Texans, their line is not great. That's one of the things that they did not, to me, address properly or enough in the offseason was that line.
Yeah.
And if that's a one weakness, and we kind of seen it, you know, in that Pittsburgh game, because was 7 or 10-6 at halftime?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Houston offense.
CJ really didn't have a ton of time to do anything either, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's
Pittsburgh's defense.
That line, and their line, if they, in New England's defense, to me, is better than Pittsburgh. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he had troubles with that New England defense or that Pittsburgh defense, you know what I'm saying? Like, but also, like I said, the only thing in the back of my mind is they turn the ball over 4 times. So, you know, that's probably not going to happen again, especially because they are the second and least amount of turnovers. So they've given the ball up. Yeah, I didn't know that until watching the game last night, but they've given the ball up the second least amount in the league. So that was very, very uncharacteristic for them last night to do that.
But for them to still get the win is huge.
No, it was. Sure. And you know, that was you know, that's my pick. That was my just random wild pick out of the AFC to come out was Houston. You know what I mean? Because of the defense.
Just finishing the game finishing the year on an 8-game win streak, going 9 against the Steelers in Pittsburgh. So we'll see if they can make it 10, potentially 11. If they can finish, if they won the Super Bowl and went on a 12-game win streak to finish the year, that would definitely be a fucking season to remember for them sure.
So you got Houston, or you got Houston?
I mean, that's you just. I just said that a few weeks ago, just because I thought they were playing so good, and I think CJ. I think CJ Stroud is good. For sure, I think he played in big games at Ohio State. He's
a Buckeye.
He's played in big games for the Texans too. Yeah. Like he hasn't played amazing in the playoffs for the Texans, but he's had a few good games. Like I'd have to look up his playoff record, but I want to say he's got
1 or 2 and 1.
He's had at least 1 or 2. Like he's had
2
more
playoff loss. I think he's 2 and 2 or 3 and 2 because he lost. Okay, yeah.
But that's. I mean, bro, if
he's made the playoffs every year, he's been in there.
Yeah.
Right. So I think I want to say he's 1, 2 and 1. I don't.
I'm gonna check it now because I want to check. Yeah. Because I think if CJ can find his rhythm over these next few games, then that defense is just going to feed off that, and they're not going to let up any points. So it's like if CJ can find his groove, then I don't, and he has weapons for sure.
Christian Kirk came up big for them too,
and I think if he did, but I think if Woody Marks, if they can get that run game established too, that makes it that much easier for CJ.
That play action, all that,
yeah.
And if they can get fucking, you know, if Nico can have one of them Nico games, you know, 7-8 catches for 120, 130, you know, because he could blow the top off defense at any point. You know, being 6'4" and able to run that how he does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know what the hell I was doing or what, but I didn't even really know much about him. You know, probably because, I mean, obviously I don't follow a lot of Michigan football, but I didn't really know much about him coming into the league. And then, you know, he made an instant splash.
Nico?
And I was like, like, I mean, in 6'4", and I'm pretty sure he's you know, he was like a 4'3", 4'4" type. I mean, like 6'4" running the 4'3". That's tough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's
I'll just say this about CJ real quick. So he's 3-2 in playoff games, and he lost in his first year to Baltimore, 34-10, and then to KC the next year, 23-14. But he's won all three of his first round matchups.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's never. Yeah,
he hasn't lost a first round matchup. So I feel like that was a solid pick last game betting on Houston. Yeah. I didn't think Steelers were gonna lose that game, bro. At home against Rodgers.
Oh, I know,
bro. That was never happening.
They limped into the play, just that Baltimore game. I was like, and then he's got to go. He got banged up in that Baltimore game, and I'm like, home or not, but Houston is hungry. They playing good. That defense is healthy. You know what I mean? Like they gonna get after Aaron, and they did. And Metcalf has some crucial drops, but. That's Metcalf. But moving forward, Bears and Pat. Bear down a little bit here, man.
That was a crazy game, man. Because
crazy,
the Packers played good, man. They played a solid game through 3.5 quarters. And then Jordan Love had one bad, let me see, because
bad drive.
No,
really.
He had one bad drive, but then their defense got. I want to say they got at least one stop. Just to get the ball, or one turnover to get the ball back, or maybe they just got a turn or a quick touchdown and then a stop, and then just got the ball back and won it. So field goal fourth quarter starts 21-9, and then Bears touchdown 21-16, Green Bay touchdown 27-16, Bears touchdown 27-14 with. That was the one that they got with 4:18 left. And then Packers missed a field goal. I mean, but then the Packers had a drive, a 143-minute drive. So he had that one drive at the end of the game. So he had 2 drives that he could have sealed it. But yeah, I mean, the Bears defense has shown that they're solid as well. So,
and at times,
but I mean, crucial though. Like they were.
I still think
they let up 4 touchdowns. They let up
40 points.
Yeah,
that's still.
But I mean,
go back. That was like 3 weeks ago.
They let up. I mean, 27 to the Packers. They still let up a good amount of points.
That's what I'm saying.
But no, their offense to put up. They put up 25 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, their offense.
They put up 25 points.
Their offense is solid, dude. I mean. The problem is they start off slow.
25 points in the fourth quarter.
I mean, honestly, that doesn't.
Outrageous,
when I think about the people that Green Bay is missing, and I think about Chicago's offense, and I think about being at home.
Yeah.
And because honestly, Caleb Williams being cold-blooded as he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not surprised. I think it took them. They woke up a little bit. That's like I said before. Like that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah,
it's being down 16 or 17 points, right? Because a Rams team, a Seattle team, unless Sam Darnold turns the ball over, but even then with that defense in Seattle, you know what I'm saying, he's not guaranteed to score 25 points. So, I think that offense can score the best of them. I mean, when they're healthy, you got a solid 3 fucking receiver set with Moore, Odunze, and fucking Luther Burden.
You still got Loveland.
Exactly what I'm saying. Then you got 2 tight ends. You got Komet and Loveland, and you have DeAndre Swift and Menage.
Young guy who's been playing nice.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so that offense can score.
They got a lot of different options they can go to, and they got a nice quarterback.
And they got a good line.
Get out of the pocket as well.
They got a good line. They addressed that line. Chicago, and I was like talking to Pops in the offseason. I said so. I was like, man, don't be surprised. And of course, he blew me off. It was like, we'll see. But I was like, dude, don't be surprised if Chicago makes the playoffs. If they win, they might fuck around and win that division. I'm like, because they addressed every issue
both your
that they
picks so
had.
far.
Right, and I'm like,
they won the division and they fucking won the first playoff game. So
they picked up Joe Tooney. They drafted well. They fixed that line. That line is one of the best in the leagues. Okay, if you watch Caleb, a lot of times has a lot of time to throw the ball. Yeah. And then you factor in the throwing options that he has or running it, and then you add in Ben Johnson. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, dude, you add Ben Johnson in with this talent.
Because Ben Johnson should have won one in Detroit.
Right,
I mean, he has the plays.
If it weren't for this coach going for it on 4th and 7 and 6, whatever, all the time. Yeah,
no
exactly.
Cap, bro.
Right.
No
so
fucking, bro.
You felt that different, even though the Lions' offense was still very good this year and formidable. But you felt that difference.
Our schedule was fucking.
It was brutal. I said that. I was like, dude. I was like, y'all got one of the tougher. Schedules, and then not to mention, like, y'all...
Just the NFC being as good as it was.
And y'all kind of caught a break because I'm pretty sure that Lamar did play in that game.
He did. Yeah.
That's right, yeah. But y'all lost to... Y'all went 2-2. Or 3-1. No, 2-1. Yeah, because y'all lost to Pittsburgh, lost to Baltimore. Lost to Pittsburgh, beat Baltimore, beat Cincinnati, and beat Cleveland. So
and then I think after that we just started going. We started winning. It was like that for like 6 weeks, and then we went on a 3 or 4 game losing streak, and that was what killed us for sure.
Yes, sir.
But yeah,
leading into that,
but you know who we beat twice though? Only fucking division team we beat twice. It's the motherfucking Bears, bro. Bear down, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. Dan Campbell is spanking that ass, bro.
That's right, y'all did.
Dan Campbell is spanking his ass.
Y'all did.
After he wins that Super Bowl, nah, bro, he's about to go spank him after that. If Ben Johnson wins the Super Bowl, I mean, no, he wouldn't because Dan Campbell, I mean, he might, but if Ben Johnson goes and does that shit first year without him, would be crazy. He would definitely be rubbing that shit in his face for sure,
that
bro.
Would be crazy, especially a team who was like won 5 or 6 games last year. But leading to that,
so let's go to the
Rams.
Next one. Yep.
Yeah, we're playing the Rams, which that game
talk about that one. Yeah,
that was it's kind of it didn't surprise me honestly.
You say Niners or which one you say? Or no, let's just go into this game real quick. Rams Bears, since we were just talking about them. Yeah. So Bears going back to Chicago next week, staying in Chicago. Mm-hmm. I mean, LA's got to go across the country, but I mean, I don't think but they're also going to the cold too. So it's going to be a different climate for LA, but I mean, I don't think that's going to affect them very much. Matt Stafford played in Detroit for most of his career, so he knows how to do it.
Oh yeah.
I think, bro, Devontae, Puka, like, I mean, I'm just thinking of the best players, but like, like when you're playing at that level, bro, you can play, like, it affects you to some point, but like you go out there and it's a playoff game, bro. You're playing with your life on the line. So, I mean, I think because Rams, I want to say last time Bears-Rams played each other, it was a Bears win. I think it was last regular season, I want to say. I saw the stat about it. Like, I know that I'm pretty sure that I'm not tripping. And they might, because I don't think it was this year. I don't know if I can pull up last year's stats on ESPN. Let me just see if they're head to head. But I mean, what do you think about this game? Going into it, I think it's the last game of the slate on Sunday too. So it's a 6 o'clock Sunday game.
Well, I gotta.
It's a tough one, bro. It is. Do you think it's going to be a shootout, or? Because I mean, potentially, but
I think it'll be like I think it'll be like Packers and Bears type of score, like late scoring. I think it'll be like kind of low early, and then they'll kind of explode in the fourth quarter.
So I got this box score right here. It was last year early in the season. It was week 5. Bears beat them 24-18. It was in Chicago. Stafford threw a pick. He didn't have an awful passing game. 20 for 29, 290 or 224, but no touchdowns. I I don't think that.
They didn't have Adams last year.
They didn't have Adams. I don't think Puka played either. He didn't have a reception at least, so I'm assuming he didn't play.
Yeah, I was at time with Puka. Yeah.
Yeah, if he didn't have a reception, he didn't play. So, but then, yeah, Caleb didn't have a great game. He threw for 157, 17 for 23, but 1 touchdown, no picks. Swift had a pretty good game, 93 yards, 72 receiving as well. Yeah, Swift had a solid game. 24-18. So I feel like, like just looking at the box score, like that looks like a little bit more of a defensive game for real. Like it doesn't really look like the running backs kind of got off on both of those games. Both of them had 90 plus because Kyron had 94 as well.
Okay.
But I feel like the Rams are definitely coming back for blood after that. To lose to Chicago twice in a row. It is a different Chicago team. They didn't have Ben Johnson. They got a different guy calling plays. They got an experienced Caleb Williams with Ben Johnson for an entire year. So, no, it's definitely a different Bears team they're going up against. But, LA won the Super Bowl 3 years ago? Or 2? No, 3.
5.
Oh, damn,
2021.
Okay, yeah. It was that long ago, damn. Okay, but they still they still got that experience, bro. Like Puka was on the team, added Devon, like they still got a solid core, and like I feel like now or next year's like they're definitely in a win now type of situation if they want to win another one with Stafford.
Yeah, I agree.
And I feel like just to go I don't know, man. I feel like more people are going to be taking the Rams and the Bears, but every time I bet against the Bears, they've won this year. So they've been a tough team to bet against.
Yeah, my gut is saying Rams. But also in the back of my mind is the Rams defense hasn't looked particularly good.
Yeah. So
at all in the last really month of the season. Giving up 21 early, ended up beating Arizona 38-21, but giving up those 21 points in the first half, I didn't like that. Gave up 27 to Carolina last week. Gave up 21-24 to Atlanta. Gave up 38 to Seattle.
Just gave up 20.
None of those teams I believe, are in the top 5 in offense this year. I don't believe any of those teams are like an offensive team where you go any they can. Sometimes with Seattle, with JSN, but they're iffy. Because Sam Darnold. Atlanta is iffy. Arizona backup quarterback. And Carolina, who has played good this year, but they've been up and down.
28 on them.
And it's literally been the last month or month and a half for Carolina has been literally win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss.
Yeah, they've been streaky.
They lost last week to Tampa Bay.
They barely got in the playoffs.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know how to judge that. And then even going back then, they gave up 30 points to Carolina the first time they played. So that's the only thing that worries me about that. But I think if Chicago starts off good, or if they don't start off, down by, if it's like 10-7, 13-10 type ordeal, Rams up in the second or going in the first half, I got Bears. But if the Rams are up 17-3, 20-6 type ordeal in the first half, I got Rams. I don't think that Chicago can continue that trend of coming back from double digits every week. So I think eventually it bites them in the ass, but it depends on how they start off. If they, God forbid, they start off hard. If they come out, 17-3, 10, I think Stafford will come back and make it a game, but I don't think the Rams will win that. If they start off hot, and that's the thing that kind of, that worries you about a team like that is like, God forbid, with all that talent on that team, if they do start off hot or just don't start off bad, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't even got to start off hot or great. Just don't start off turning the ball over or having, you know what I mean? In the first 3-4 drives.
Just put up like a few field goals at least.
Right, yeah. It's 9 fucking 3, 10, you know what I mean? Then you get that touchdown, whatever. But, so I'm going to take Bears. I think this is going to be the game where they do start off hot, going against a Rams defense who ain't looked great. recently.
Okay, that's a fair take. I think I'm gonna go with the Rams, bro.
What kind of favorite?
I've been betting against the Bears every game, bro. So it's been biting me in my ass. I'm hoping this is the game against old Detroit quarterback. He's not letting them do it to him, man. I don't think so.
Like I said, my gut said Rams, but my brain is saying Bears. So I'm split.
Yeah, but so the winner of that game, whoever wins that one, is gonna play Hawks Niners in the conference championship.
Yeah, and that's kind of going back to, the Niners. First,
if Niners win, then it's a home game for the Bears if they win, and if Hawks win, it's a home game for whoever. Yeah, but so if the Rams win, it's a home game for Niners, right?
Either way, go Rams are on wait.
So what if the Niners win? What if Niners Rams?
I think the Rams will have home field because the Rams played Panthers last week 4-5. So Rams are 5th seed, so they would have home if Niners.
Yeah, because Niners are 6.
Yeah, and I don't see the Niners beating them.
You don't?
I don't see them beating the Seahawks. I don't.
That's what you're saying about Philly last week, man.
It's a different defense. It's a completely different, bro.
Yeah.
After watching that last game of the season, bro, Niners.
They don't have Kittle for any of the games.
Factor that in too.
That kind of kills them, yeah.
And then it's just like I said, furthering off what I said about Houston earlier, like Seattle's another defense, dude, where it's like, I'm not comparing them or putting them up with Legion of Boom. I'm not there yet, but the way that they have it drafted, a lot of young players, they got sprinkled in some veterans. Like that defense is fucking nasty, dude. And we've seen a 49er offense who has been relatively really good as of late. And they had 0 touchdowns against Seattle in San Francisco. Like this is in San Francisco, division on the line. And they came out there with 3 points. Granted, Seattle only had 17, but that goes also back to my point of Seattle not being their offense is the kind of thing that's going to hold them back.
A little bit inconsistent.
Right, because of Sam Darnold and just, not being able to run the ball great all the time. But I think with that defense, dude, that defense it's a number 1 in the league for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like we've seen a little bit of give with Houston as far as they let fucking Indiana last game of the season put up 24, 27 points on them with their 4th string quarterback, Riley Leonard.
Yeah.
So after Daniel Jones, fucking Anthony Richardson, Phillip Rivers, and now Riley Leonard, they let them score. They gave up 24.
I'd say that Riley Leonard is their 3rd. Phillip Rivers isn't going to be on the roster next year.
That's going to be
Riley. Riley Leonard was the 3rd until Phillip Rivers got picked up.
3rd string quarterback putting up 24, 27.
Yeah.
So I believe Houston.
He is a rookie though, bro. He might have a little potential type.
That's
true.
What I mean? But they don't have any film on him, so I get that.
The fact that Houston did let up that much to
Seattle, I don't think they would have.
It was also a kind of big game for them too, seeding wise. Yeah.
And it's kind of similar to Houston because they don't really apply much pressure. Like Seattle don't really blitz a lot, but they cover fantastically. You got Devon Witherspoon and fucking Tariq Woolen. DeMarcus Lawrence is having a comeback in his career after leaving Dallas. Mafe. And they just drafted a rookie this year who was, in the top 10 in sacks. Seattle, they get after it, man. And they got a week of rest. You know what I'm saying? In that San Fran defense, they squeaked out of that Philly game. You know what I'm saying? Philly could have won that.
Oh man.
They did. It was 19-17, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Philly could have won that game. You know what I mean? San Fran.
No, I didn't finish 19-17.
They didn't beat them by more than a touchdown. I don't know that.
I think it was 23-19.
Okay, yeah. So they stopped them but I don't. Yeah, so I got Seattle.
Okay.
Beating the Niners for sure. I definitely think they're gonna beat them. I think the Niners will score 1 touchdown.
All right. Well, next episode most likely coming up after I get back from my brother's wedding in Vegas next week. Probably next Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yep.
Keep out. ZBD.
We back, baby.
Keep the notifications up.
Yes, sir.